Alright, so I'll start with Chapo Trap House. I listen to them pretty regularly. I haven't been listening too long. It was only like a few months ago that I was able to actually distinguish the different hosts from each other and like be able to apply names to the voices that I was hearing. But as far as I'm concerned, like I don't think that they're controversial at all. Like they are just like totally conventional, middle of the road, democratic socialist types. Like I have not heard them say a single thing that is controversial. Maybe they make some jokes that are off color, but like if your whole like campaign against Chapo Trap House is because they occasionally make these kind of off color jokes, then like that is, I don't know what to tell you. Like the majority of the population makes similar types of jokes. Like they don't use, as far as I know, as far as I've noticed, they don't use like any truly offensive language. They, I guess, play into some stereotypes sometimes, but whatever. Like I don't think that that is like a very meaningful critique of their project. Just like talking about like criticizing them for the kinds of jokes that they make. Like their jokes are whatever, pretty conventional. Like I've really never heard them say anything edgy. Like they've never like caused me to feel any like strong emotions really one way or the other, of like love and respect or like hatred of them. I've never like they're just like, for better or for worse, they're like completely middle of the road, average democratic socialists, and I think they do a good job. I think this is in recognition, like this is why they have become the biggest of these types of people, is because they have a very like well-defined ideological platform that they stick to, and they don't like cross the boundaries really. They are very like normal and like safe in terms of their guests and like the people they have on and the kind of and the positions they take on various things. Same as goes for TrueAnon. Like some people say that Brace is like a war criminal or something. That may be true. They also say that they're CIA assets. I don't believe that, but I could believe that. I mean, the whole Rojava situation is like, especially after it's like died down, I feel like there's a lot more nuance around it, and like I am being exposed to like more critiques of the Rojavan position and the relationship to other groups and the relationship to American imperialism, and like it is somewhat more believable to me that you could like criticize Brace, call him like some kind of like gore tourist or like war tourist or something. I mean, I don't personally care about that, but I've heard some people talk about Brace as a war criminal, which is, I mean, there's may or may not be something there, but again, like my opinion on TrueAnon is that it's fucking conventional as hell. It's like very safe, middle of the road. Moving on from there, what I'm just going through like ostensibly left media people that I pay attention to, and trying to like think about their strategies, like their ideological positions, and like how they express that through the media that they create, and like just give my personal evaluation. So Chapo and TrueAnon, like pretty boring, just like entertainment, like not controversial at all. Red Scare, I listened to their podcast, like I would say that 75% of the time I fucking hate them. Like their politics are so bad, they are really uninformed, which is like so frustrating sometimes. So their politics are bad, they're really uninformed, but like okay, like they're pretty good podcasters at this point, so they can be entertaining, and like within the domain that I think that they have like good politics on, and like good opinions and like perspectives on, valuable perspectives, that is like a pretty like small minority of the shit that they're actually saying. So like, I thought that the recent episode on the Surviving the Art World Instagram account was like pretty good, although like not nearly nuanced enough. There's a lot more to be said about like cancel culture and transformative justice. Like they didn't get into that at all. Like I think that people are not talking about transformative justice at all, even as cancel culture is like exploding and it is like such a hot topic, but like there's fucking no mention, no like positive vision. It's just all bullshit. Nobody's actually like saying anything constructive. They're just fucking talking out their asses. So, I mean, I wish they, but I obviously don't expect the Red Scare chicks to be able to get into that. But as far as their politics go, like, they are at that point where, like, I think that they are, like, crossing over. Their ideology is extremely poorly defined, and therefore, like, they're constantly crossing the aisle. Basically, they're always saying shit that is like fully reactionary and like just not defensible, not at all part of the left, either culturally or in terms of like the values or like the content of what is being expressed. They say fucking reactionary shit all the time. They're totally reactionaries, and they don't really have a politics except, I mean, they have a politics, obviously, but they don't have one that I think is good, except in, like, a few limited domains. Like, as I said, they have good takes on, like, sometimes on, like, sexual and, like, gender-related things, and also, like, I didn't find their takes on the art world to be that compelling, but they were saying some good shit about this this big thing that happened here in my province. So what else? I honestly don't like listen to that much stuff in terms of podcasts. Like I listen to a lot of like improv comedy. So, and those are like the main political ones that I listen to. There's that big Breadtuber that I found out about just like when I started this channel. Like I was trying to like investigate what there is of the left on YouTube, and that guy Non-Compete, I think he's like the biggest, most like popular and like prolific kind of channel that I've found so far as part of BreadTube. I haven't really like listened to him or seen enough of what he thinks. Like I'm sure his politics is fine. He's an anarchist, so I don't have much respect for him right out of the gate. But something that I would say is that like his whole demeanor, I mean, it's fine, and obviously as an audience for it, and I don't, it doesn't like offend me or anything. But this is why I kind of think that there's space for me still, because like he like seems aligned with the right things. I don't even know his name. I think it's like American Johnson. I don't know if that's a pseudonym. It sounds like one, but he seems to be like aligned more or less the right way. He has like a well-defined leftist ideology, and he like sticks to that with his media. Like consistency is really good, and like not like being able to distinguish the line between the extreme leftism and extreme rightism, and not crossing that line, like that is like very valuable, and it's important that left media people figure out how to do that. Otherwise they're fully just contributing to the building of reactionary forces like Red Scare. But he doesn't even like go close to that line. Like there's no edge to his content whatsoever. I'm talking about this Non-Compete YouTuber. At least from what I've seen, like there's no edginess to his content. There's no there's nothing to really appeal to people who are not already like on his kind of like hippie kind of wavelength, who are not already aligned with his kind of values. Like I think a lot of these like edgy left people are like telling themselves that they are doing like a valuable service of like towing the line and like not being ideologically consistent, because they are like appealing to right-wingers and like doing something to bring them over to the left. They're like positioning themselves at the line separating the two ends of the horseshoe, so that they can like provide a stronger pull towards the left side and like radicalize people in like a more positive direction. But I don't think that a lot of the people that I see doing that are doing it well. They're doing something very dangerous and difficult, and they're fucking it up. And I don't even fucking think that they are doing it from good motives, and are like aware that they're doing something wrong and like trying to refine their practice. I think that there is something fundamentally wrong in trying to do that. Like I want to get closer to that line of acceptability than non-compete, Mr. BreadTube star, because like it really interests me like what actually that line consists of. But I am like very confident in my ability to make like better critique and distinction between what is like ideologically acceptable to say and do versus what is not. Like I've been watching this guy Justin Murphy recently, just in terms of like trying to do YouTube research and like figure out what is out there, and he is like a very good example of somebody who is doing a terrible job, who's doing a bad thing. He's not just doing a bad job, but he's like setting out to do something that is bad and counterproductive. He and Kantbot as well, who I think is funnier, is like a better content creator than Justin Murphy, but both of them like are committed to a position of like non-ideological bias, and are like intentionally eclectic. So both of them have people from both sides of the spectrum under the guise of like providing a platform for like free discussion and like honest discussion, blah blah blah, whatever. I mean, I'm down with that to an extent, but not really. Like, I don't think that leftists should be making space for righteous, and if you are, then you're not part of the left. Eclecticism as a principle is actually really fucking bad. It's a terrible thing. It's a scourge. It is not a good position to have. Ideological consistency is what is most important, because we're on a mission here. Like, we're trying to accomplish something. Anyway, those are just a few thoughts on some different leftist media people.